Selecting our active road to show you we are working with HPI 12. I have beforehand put in geometry entities for explanation purposes. Eventually our HPI will be closer to these geometry circles. Taking a look at the existing horizontal curves, HPI 12 has a simple curve radius of 150. If we change the simple option to a compound option, the original radius information is grayed out and we are presented with a new compound curve dialog. Typing in my new radius of 100 and specifying it to be a floating curve. You always need at least one floating curve. A floating curve implies that Civil Designer will automatically calculate the curve length to retain the tangency of the HPI tangents. As it is now, it is pretty much the same as a simple curve. So let's right click and add an additional curve. Specifying a radius of 70, I could put in a curve length, but for now I'll also make it a floating curve. I have the option to insert a curve in between. You can insert numerous amounts of curves. Alternatively, you can go and right click and select delete. Closing the horizontal alignment and recalculating. For compound curve explanation purposes, I have created two CAD layers. Looking at the floating option first, all curves are concentric curves. We'll take a look at the first curve's curve length in the properties bar. The curve length is 104.5 meters. Also take note that the road embankments are very close to the end of our survey. Let's go and make a change to our design and make one of the floating curves a fixed curve length. Changing my CAD layers, switching off the floating option and then turning on the fixed option. Going back to PI12, compound curve, switching off the first curve floating option and then specifying a curve length of 120. Closing the horizontal alignment and recalculating. Let's take another look at the new curve length in the properties. We can see that it's been updated to 120 and the road embankments fall within our survey.